to the Women and Girls Empower Women Summit virtual experience across borders. This summit is designed to provide empowerment, advocacy, to raise awareness of the plight of women and girls across borders by documenting similarities and differences and promoting gender-based violence prevention and gender equality in governance. This summit will be a regional, pedagogical, experiential knowledge share of IVLP alumni between 3 continents, collectively with Trinidad and Tobago, the Bahamas, Ghana, Kenya, Sri Lanka, and India. There are 3 components to the summit. 1, focus group discussions to be held in August of 2021. 2, a 5-day virtual workshop to be held November 22nd through the 26th of 2021. And 3, a global summit to be held April 4th through the 8th of 2022. We want you to think, share your thoughts, views, experiences, lend your voice as we advocate for equality and equity and navigate towards governance, peace, and security for our women and girls.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who's joining us today from different. As we gather today, I am Rityusha Manitiwari, the team lead from India for the G-Women Global Summit 2022. And I'm joined today by Ms. Anagha, who is a team member and research coordinator for this summit from Team India. We welcome everyone to the 3rd day of the summit on behalf of Team India and send our warmest salutations and greetings to all the dignitaries, teams, youth ambassadors, and our audiences. We feel extremely humbled, inspired, and privileged that you have joined us. This story of friendship and camaraderie, which began in 2016 in the IVLP program of the United States, and we place on record our thanks to the US Embassy of Port of Spain and Alumni Engagement Innovation Fund, Department of State, US, which enabled us to carry out this project.
Our commitment towards peace and advocacy against violence bring us together, and through this summit, we have started a conversation about women's rights, about their human rights. And I would like to reiterate that through this joint collaboration, we have brought forth questions about every person's right. It is not just women and girls who face social, political, and cultural barriers to controlling their sexuality, sexual, and reproductive health, social choices, employment opportunities, or political participation. In fact, in our societies, each individual's decisions face coercion, discrimination, and violence if they are made in the context of power imbalances, harmful gender norms, and inequalities.
The proceedings of the day will begin with UN SGD prayer and UN pledge.
Development Goals Prayer. God of mercy and compassion, after all the years of our violence, you have given a vision of life in community with the earth and with one another. Give us grace to achieve the goals upon which we are united. An education for all, worthy of the human spirit, and the attainment of maturity and wisdom. God, give perseverance. God, give grace. The equality of women and men at all ages and in all areas of responsibility. God, give perseverance. God, give grace. the reduction of inequality within and among the nations that impairs the order and justice of human society. God, give perseverance. God, give grace. The development of structures of justice and peace that all may share equally in human society and in the life of its peoples and institutions. God, give perseverance. God, give grace. The United Nations Human Rights Pledge. I will respect your rights regardless of who you are. I will uphold your rights even when I disagree with you. When anyone's human rights are denied, everyone's rights are undermined. So I will stand up. I will raise my voice. I will take action. I will use my rights to stand up for your rights. Each and every one of us can make a difference.
We are delighted to welcome the keynote speaker for today, K.K. Shailaja. Ms. K.K. Shailaja is an Indian politician and former Health Minister of the state of Kerala in India. This is her fifth time as the Member of Legislative Assembly from the Communist Party of India, Marxist. Before entering active politics, she worked as a high school physics teacher. In June 2020, Shailaja was honored by the United Nations for her efforts to tackle the coronavirus pandemic. She is in fact among a few of the world leaders invited to speak on the occasion of United Nations Public Service Day. K.K. Shailaja was awarded the CEU Open Society Prize of 2021. And without much ado, let us hear her address to the summit.
Distinguished dignitaries and participants of the GPS Women and Girls Empowerment Summit 2022. I am K.K. Shailaja from Kerala, India. I was former Health and Social Justice Minister of Kerala. First of all, I want to express my thanks to the organizers of this summit. I am very much interested to talk about women empowerment and gender-based violence throughout world. We are all working for equality and empowerment of women throughout the world. Gender-based violence is a global norm and it is one of the world's most prevalent human right violations. It has no social, economic or national barriers, and according to the data from UN worldwide, an estimated 1 in 3 women will experience physical or sexual abuse in her lifetime. Gender-based violence compromises the victim's health, dignity, security, and autonomy. Despite these devastating physical and emotional impacts and the victim's death in many cases, there is an overwhelming silence around gender-based violence across the countries and cultures. Indeed, to tackle gender-based violence, there must be a concerted effort to further the agenda of gender equality and women's empowerment, to provide medical, psychological, social, economic and political support to women and girls and promote their rights to live free of violence and abuse. When we talk about gender-based violence, we should notice that women's oppression is not eternal. Oppression arose at a particular stage of development of the society or social development. Historians pointed out that it was institutionalized through the particular of the patriarchal family characteristic of that stage of social development. There are several stages of social development, we knew about that. That is slavery, feudalism, capitalism and socialism. In the earlier days of slavery, women suffered most. Men also suffered, but women suffered most in that period of slavery. And during the feudalism also, the customs and rituals and everything were against women. It is prevalent now also. Feudalist culture, feudalist mode of society is prevalent in every part of the world. In every country there was this kind of society. And the landlords and tenants were there, and the owner of the land and property, they had unwritten laws to suppress women in that society. In India, in Malabar, there was a custom during the feudalist days that the virginity breaking of a woman is a right to the landlord. That means the woman should go to the landlord's house in the day of her marriage, the first night she had to stay there, and the landlord is landlord have the right to break her virginity, and then only she can go with her husband. There are so many cruel activities like that against women. Women cannot cover the upper part of her body, and women cannot educate, and women have no rights to vote. Everything was there, and there was a great struggle at that time against the landlordism, and women organizations were formed at that time, and they struggled hard to get the opportunity or get equal opportunity to walk free in the streets, or to cover their body upper part, and to withdraw all kind of these rituals, etc. Now the trafficking of women, domestic violence, and the violence due to dowry, everything was here, and there are so many laws enacted to protect women against this violence, but no use of that, because the mode of the society is like that. Discrimination is here. These laws are not acting, and that is why 1 in every 3 women was undergoing sexual exploitation throughout the world. There are several attempts to tackle this problem, and 2010 UN created a separate entity called UN Women to accelerate women empowerment. And also the UN's declaration of the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, in 2019, the Article 5 is about the equality of women and empowerment of women. Article 5, the goal 5, the SDG goal 5 states that achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls. And all the countries should enact laws and activities according to this. But stark gender disparities remain in economic and political realms. And we should have to fight hard against these disparities. That is the duty of the contemporary world or the present situation. Violence against women is a pandemic. We can say we are now living amidst a pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, and we can say that the discrimination against women is also a pandemic. It is affecting all societies, all countries. It is prevailing, and it is like a pandemic. And the real pandemic, this COVID-19, also have some adverse effect on women equality and women's status. The pandemic jeopardized even the minimal rights women are enjoying throughout the world. And the girl students were ousted from schools and colleges because of the pandemics. The hostels were closed, and they were sent out to the off to their villages, and when they reached the village they cannot continue the education. They again engaged in their household activities and even other work to earn something for their livelihood. Among the dropout, most of them were girl students. Pandemic also increased the domestic violence throughout the world. When they were quarantined for long days, the domestic violence increased, and the existing minimal rights to work is also jeopardized. And among the total workforce, women are only 20 or 30%, 20 to 30% throughout the world. They were not the earning members. Even though they are getting a job, they are getting very minimal wages for that. No equal wages for equal work. and the pandemic destroyed everything. The working status of women also go downward, and all these things increased, the atrocities increased throughout the world. Then we have to fought hard to get women emancipated. We need to equip our system according to that, the judiciary, the lawmakers, and also the public, everything we should have to educate, and we should have to make them agitate for women empowerment, to break the barriers of silence and endurance of violence, and coming out empowered to seek justice. And we need to envisage and enact equal special rights in the property and for education, as a citizenship, and in employment, and any other human rights. We need to collaborate across the national borders to create these rights and protection, supported by global civil society movements which make governments accountable and more sensitive to gender equality. I strongly feel that the upliftment of women is possible when the state, community, organizations, legislators who frame the laws, and the judiciary which interprets the constitution and other laws initiate and support legal reforms and gender justice and freedom, dignity, and opportunity for all the sexes equally. We need to create opportunities for women and girls to enter public and political life, to bring gender equality in the true sense. We need an equal number of women in decision making bodies, which means more women as government heads in the cabinets, the parliaments, and local level leaders, and as active participant citizens. In the decision making bodies throughout the world, I think the percentage of women is below 25%. In some countries, it is mere 5% or 6%, like that. Without entering into the decision making bodies or to get that power for women, the women empowerment doesn't happen. So we should have to fight for that, to get entrance in decision making bodies. I want to conclude by reiterating that it takes each one of us to contribute to the cause of gender empowerment, gender equity, and preventing gender based violence. We should stand for the social change, for the social mode of life throughout the society, or in the governance system. It should be social, it should be people centered. And I congratulate the entire team of GPS Empowerment Summit, spread across 6 countries and 3 continents, mentoring and training 150 young advocates from the Bahamas, Ghana, India, Kenya, Sri Lanka, and Trinidad and Tobago. It is precisely this kind of barrier breaking synergy and vibrant coalitions required. I extend my best wishes and support to everyone out there.
That's a very inspiring message, and we are thankful to the message for the message of solidarity from Ms. KK Shailaja ma'am. So, this summit is all about building bridges for gender advocacy across the 6 countries. In the context of India, we tried to bring on board the diversity element within the country, and I'm happy to introduce our young, vibrant participants of GPS from Team India. Let me share an interesting thing. All of you may know India is a country of diversity. One can say that we have cultural pockets of small India all over the nation. Here you will see the inheritance of linguistics, religious, cultural, racial, and ethnic diversities across the country. Keeping this diverse aspect in mind, we have selected our participants from different parts of the country who will represent the nation as a whole. So, 3 of our participants are from Delhi, the capital city of the country. Those are Ria Rinva, Mihika Sinha, and Hania Ansari. Delhi is also known as the political center of India. Now, 8 of our participants belong to the northeastern part of India. This region of India representing both a geographical and political administrative division of the country, comprising 7 states. So 5 of our participants are from Assam. Those are Yuhina Sakia, Arif Ahmed, Pragjyotika Sharma, Alankrita Datta, and Ronak Tasneem. So Assam is a state known for its wildlife, archaeological sites, and tea plantation. It's a very beautiful place. Now, moving to our next participants, Shreya and Surabhi, and also yes, Kanak. Three of them are from Uttar Pradesh, the northern state in India. The state is known for its rich historical and cultural heritage. Also, it is the most populous country subdivision in the world. Moving next, Anubhav Shukla is from Bihar, a place where the world's oldest university once existed. That is Nalanda University. It is indeed a land of monasteries. Shruti Prabhu is from Gujarat, a state on the western coast of India. It is also the home place of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation, a great leader and philosopher of all time. Now, Kshitija is from neighboring state, Maharashtra. Now, moving to the southern part, Neha and Gopika are from Kerala, the southernmost state of India, known for its scenic beauty, amazing beaches, and mouth-watering cuisines. Loga, Abhivarthini, and Siddharth, who are our last participants, they are from Tamil Nadu, a state famous for its temples, festivals, and rich heritage of Dravidian art.
As Anagha has pointed out from the beginning, our aim has been diverse representation. Being mindful of our individual contexts, we have tried to bring forth a common vision in the form of gender empowerment and looking towards our commitment of ending gender-based violence. And as an exercise in this direction, in the GPS Summit, youth participants across the 6 countries wrote I am affirmation poems. And Kanak, a youth ambassador from India, is up next with her I am affirmation.
I'm strong because I don't know how to stay silent when something is wrong. I love myself because I'm full of flaws. मैं मजबूत हूँ क्योंकि जब कुछ गलत हो रहा हो मुझे तब चुप रहना नहीं आता. मैं खुद से प्यार करती हूँ क्योंकि मैं अपनी गलतियों को स्वीकार करती हूँ. I am becoming because I'm willing to make mistakes, but I'm not willing to stop. I'm worthy of love because I know how to give love. मैं आगे बढ़ रही हूँ क्योंकि मैं गलतियां करने को तैयार हूँ पर रुकने को नहीं. मैं प्यार के योग्य हूँ क्योंकि मैं दूसरों को प्यार देना जानती हूँ. I'm worthy of good things because I believe in humanity. I believe in my decisions because I take them with a calm mind. मैं अच्छी चीज़ों के योग्य हूँ क्योंकि मैं इंसानियत में विश्वास करती हूँ. मैं अपने निर्णय पर भरोसा करती हूँ क्योंकि मैं अपने निर्णय बहुत शांत मन से लेती हूँ. I can choose positive thoughts because I'm always looking for the silver lining. My life is moving forward perfectly because I am imperfectly perfect. मैं सकारात्मक विचार चुनती हूँ क्योंकि मैं हमेशा अच्छाई ढूंढती हूँ. मेरी जिंदगी एकदम सिद्ध रूप से आगे बढ़ रही है क्योंकि मेरे अंदर कमियां हैं. I surround myself with loving people because being loved will help me to give more love to other people. I let my happiness be visible to others because it feels good to radiate happiness and make others smile. मैं प्यार देने वालों के आसपास रहती हूँ क्योंकि प्यार पाने से मैं दूसरों को भी प्यार दे पाऊंगी। मैं अपनी खुशी दूसरों को दिखने देती हूँ ताकि औरों के चेहरों पर भी मुस्कान आए और खुशियां बांटी जाएं। धन्यवाद। थैंक यू।
That was indeed very creative and inspirational. I believe that our international youth ambassador, a good number of whom are boys and men, will carry forward the agenda of gender equality. We believe that women and men as allies will amplify the demands for women's access to employment, appropriate working conditions, anti discriminatory practices, and also control of economic resources, with full emphasis on participation and decision making of women in all spheres. Let me bring in Anagha here. Anagha, do you think, how do you see your experience in this summit in terms of working with men and bringing in boys and men as youth ambassadors? Do you think that we have been able to make a difference? We have been able to bring on men and boys as allies?
Yes, it was an amazing experience to work with all of them, especially with the male participants. Maybe they are not the direct victims of gender-based violence, but they are not even completely immune to it. Um, During our different sessions, I was so glad to see that all of them are well aware of the social and structural determinants of gender inequalities. And also, they addressed various human rights issues, especially the rights of women and girls in a cross-country context. They further also showed interest to know more about the policy and program approaches involving men and boys for preventing gender-based violence in our society. That was really wonderful, I must say.
Right, you are. And we dare say we are all on the same page. Let's listen to one of our youth ambassadors, a young boy, Arif Ahmed. His rendition of I Am Poem is something that we will all feel inspired with. Arif Ahmed is next.
Poem. I am a boy who likes football. I wonder when the war will be over. I hear Shakira songs. I see football games. I want peace in the world. I am a boy who likes football. I pretend that I am a soccer player. I feel when animals die. I touch my pen every day. I worry about animals in danger. I cry when people die. I am as bold as brass while studying something, and I am quite intelligent and smart. I am a boy who likes football. I understand this is a lot of hate in the world. I say that bully is a common thing. I dream about football. I read about football, and I hope that peace will be in the world. I am a boy who likes football.
As we said before, India is a land of diversity, and it is not only true about its people, languages, religions, customs, and occupations, but it also holds true about its geographical, economic, and political landscape. The next video is a small glimpse of what India is all about.
Next is this beautiful rendition of I Am Affirmation from another youth ambassador from India, Shriya Bhatia.
Thank everyone. Here are my self-esteem mantra, that is the I am affirmations. Firstly, I let my happiness be visible to others because I don't know what the other people are going through in their daily lives. So if my happiness or my happy face can give them a positive vibe or that positivity in their life and make them happy, then it is definitely worth it. Secondly, I surround myself with loving people because they bring positivity and happiness in my life, and also positive people are grateful for what they have and for what they actually do. They inspire me to become a better version of myself. Thirdly, I am strong because I know my weaknesses and so I work on it. Also, I am strong as well as sensitive. Now, both of them are quite opposite to each other. By this, I mean to say that this is very much possible since a person can be sensitive, thoughtful, and caring and still not let yourself down to be taken advantage of by the others or to be ruled by our emotions. So here are my 3 affirmations which I repeat. I let my happiness be visible to others. I surround myself with loving people and I'm strong. Thank you so much for watching.
Well, this was really a very good message by Shriya. What is important for all of us is to bring a good cheer to everyone else. And we don't know what they are going through in their daily life. So if we can make them happy, that's what we should do. So that's one message we all could take home. Now, one of the 6 countries involved in this summit, Sri Lanka, is home to diverse cultures, languages, and ethnicities. The Sinhalese are the majority of the nation's population. The Tamils, who are a large minority group, have also played an influential role in the island's history. So the next video is the introductory video of Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka is waiting. On the other side of your setting sun, ours is just beginning to rise. A tropical rendezvous laced with living wonder, embedded with the joys of unquenched diversity. Sri Lanka is a mystery ready to be revealed. Come, be enraptured with our wild, breathing paradise, a land for the dreamer, a land for the explorer, a land of untamed beauty, a land with a little bit of everything, for everyone. So here we wait, on the other side of your horizon, with everything you need to embrace the infinite wonders of an unforgettable experience. Red Dot. We are ready.
We have a lot of creative talent in our global youth ambassadors, and they have combined their creativity with passion. Surabhi Srivastava's I Am poem is an example of that. Let us see Surabhi.
I want to attempt and win each dew and shade. I am both brave and afraid. I pretend that I am a queen and free. I feel that all I'm made for is victory. I touch yet the hemorrhage in heart. I worry if I'll choke, prevent a mere start. I cry as expectant I am to fail the mess I made. I am a woman, brave and afraid.
I understand that my whimsical way is thorny. I say, tranquil rainbows bedeck post it stormy. I dream a dream where my sugar utopia is true. I try alchemize my hope, reaching to my voyage crew. I hanker us through, our voices to far echo, not fade. I am today great, brave, and a bit afraid.
For gender equity and gender empowerment, boys and men as allies are in need of a hour. Up next is Pandit Jaydat Maharaj from Trinidad and Tobago with his powerful monologue on respect.
I care about cultivating a culture of respect where all human beings are treated equally in a way that affirms their humanity regardless of their diversity. We live in a world where diversity exists in many forms. Diversity exists amongst all men and women, including sexual orientation, gender, race, ability, age, and many other factors. In this diversity, we find unity. We believe that there's godliness and goodness in every single human being. According to the Bhagavad Gita, Samadrishti, Samadarshan, we see equality in all human beings. We seek to live in a world where diversity is respected and persons of various orientation are included in all conversations.
So that's the message of diversity that we need to respect from Trinidad and Tobago. So we all different teams from 6 countries are on the same page regarding how important diversity is. And I must say that the message by Pandit Jaydat Maharaj was both powerful and important. Up next, we have Tegan Thorardarson, the youth ambassadors from Bahamas, with her story.
And so, as we are talking about speaking our truth and we're talking about laws that also need to be changed that may be discriminatory, we have Tegan here, who is one of our participants coming in from the Providence Classical School. And one of the discussions we had during our focus group discussion, we're talking about empowering women and girls and viewing laws that need to change within our countries. And Tegan is going to share a little bit on one of those laws that's up for discussion now and share a little bit of her views on that.
Yeah, there are honestly so many things that still need to change in this. There's so much progress we still need to do as society overall. And I mean, I wanted to touch on the discussion still over marital rape and the view that a husband can't rape his wife because it's comes down to the view that some men and a lot of men still feel entitled to women's bodies, and it's in the laws, it's in the view, like, deep within so many societies. And I mean it contributes to harmful practices like what they discussed with the genital mutilation, and that there's such protectiveness and entitlement around women and girls' bodies that it's really terrible, and it really needs to be addressed.
So what do you think we can do in terms of here in the Bahamas, as we are now discussing this, in terms of as a young person, what do you think we can do to raise the awareness on that?
Honestly, discussions like this help a lot, and we really need to attack it from the source. Look at these laws, reform them. A lot of reformation needs to happen in so many places.
Okay. Thank you so very much, Tegan. And there you have it. Young people are speaking up around the world in terms of the laws that need to be changed. And so this program definitely has been raising the awareness across the board in the things that we need to do to see changes in our country.
Well, that was a powerful observation. Um, so, uh, and men are not behind the women. Here is Anubhav Shukla, Youth Ambassador from India with his story. Let's hear.
I can choose positive thoughts. Yes, I can choose positive thoughts, and that is because I know how important positive thoughts are in someone's life. I understand how positive vibes and positive atmosphere affects us, and so this makes me understand the positivity of our circumstances, and so I can choose positive thoughts. मैं सकारात्मक विचार चुन सकता हूँ। मैं सकारात्मक विचार चुन सकता हूँ क्योंकि मैं जीवन में सकारात्मक होने का मूल्य समझता हूँ, वह सकारात्मकता पर विश्वास रखता हूँ, तो इसीलिए मैं सकारात्मक विचार चुन सकता हूँ। My life is moving forward perfectly. Yes, my life is moving forward perfectly because I am very clear about my rules, my philosophies, my beliefs. I am very clear about what I want to achieve in my life and what I am not to. And this make my life moving forward perfectly. And also because I believe in enthusiasm, zeal, hard working and capability of mind. And so this helps me in moving forward perfectly. मेरा जीवन पूरी तरह आगे बढ़ रहा है। मेरा जीवन उत्तम प्रकार से आगे बढ़ रहा है क्योंकि मैं अपने विचारों, सिद्धांतों और फैसलों को लेकर बहुत ही सुलझा हुआ। मैं अपनी मेहनत, लगन और काबिलियत पर विश्वास करता हूँ और इसलिए मेरा जीवन उत्तम प्रकार से आगे बढ़ रहा है। मैं स्वयं को प्यारे लोगों से घेरे रहता हूँ। मैं स्वयं को बहुत ही प्यारे लोगों से घेरे रहता हूँ क्योंकि मैं समझता हूँ कि संगति का असर मनुष्य के जीवन पर पड़ता है। जैसी संगत वैसी रंगत। तो अगर आपकी संगति अच्छी होगी तो ज़रूर ही आपका जीवन और भी अच्छा बनेगा। इसलिए मैं अपने आप को प्यारे लोगों से घेरे रहता हूँ। I surround myself with loving people. Yes, I surround myself with loving people because it's always a company of a person which matters a lot. It's always a company of a person which always predicts how a person is going to live his life and what circumstances he is going to face in it. And so if you surround yourself with loving people, you will also have loving moments to spend with them. And this again will help you in moving swiftly and lovingly. So I surround myself with loving people. I let my happiness be visible to others. I let my happiness be visible to others because I very well know that in this world exists two kind of people. One who will be happy seeing you happy, who will be even happier seeing you happy, and the other who will be sad, who will be jealous of you seeing you happy. And those first group of people are of yours, not the second one. And so for those second one and their happiness, I show my happiness to them. I make it visible to them. And for the second one, I really don't care. And this makes me think positive, and this is my self-esteem one. मैं अपनी खुशी दूसरों को जाहिर होने देता हूँ। मैं अपनी खुशी दूसरों को जाहिर होने देता हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि इस दुनिया में सिर्फ दो प्रकार के लोग हैं। एक वो जो आपको खुश देखकर और खुश होते हैं, और दूसरे वो जिन्हें आपकी खुशी देखकर कोई खुशी तो नहीं मिलती लेकिन दुख जरूर होता है। लेकिन वो पहले प्रकार के लोग जो हमारी खुशी में हमारे साथ होते हैं और खुश होते हैं, वे हमारे अपने हैं, और उन्हें मेरी खुशी से खुश होने देने के लिए मैं अपनी खुशी को दूसरों को दिखाई देने देता हूँ। और रहे दूसरे प्रकार के लोग तो वो मेरे अपने नहीं, और मैं उनकी सोच के स्वयं की खुशी को जाहिर करने से नहीं रोक सकता। तो मैं अपनी खुशी दूसरों को दिखाई देने देता हूँ। और ये थे मेरे स्वाभिमान मंत्र, सकारात्मक विचार, my self-esteem thoughts. And so this was all. Thank you.
Wow, that's a great work. Way to go, Abhinav. Up next is Warren Anderson from Trinidad and Tobago with yet another powerful and thought-evoking rendition of Manhood.
I have been learning a lot about redefining manhood. It has helped me to care for others and to create a better Trinidad and Tobago. It means caring for my brethren, teaching them, helping them to become more caring men. It means listening and also respecting everyone. It also means speaking out whenever I spot injustice. Most importantly, I've learned how to practice consent every day. So these are the things I care about. What do you care about? And how are you willing to make the world a safer place?
That was a very, very important message from Warren. The fact that manhood needs to be revisited, the way we understand manhood and the way we understand consent is very important and crucial to bringing about gender equality and gender justice. So, thank you, Warren, for that. The youth ambassadors, I must say, are on fire. Up next is Kenya Higgs Moss from Bahamas with yet another impactful presentation. It leaves us all.
Did you know that, according to the World Health Organization, globally, it is estimated that up to 1 billion children ages 2 to 17 years old have experienced physical, sexual, or emotional abuse within the past year. However, what about the infants and toddlers who are under the age of 2 who cannot verbalize what is happening to them? My name is Poetess K. Higgs Moss, and the poem that you are about to hear is about an abused infant's cry for help. A, B, C, help me. Mama, Mama, please don't leave me with the man who keeps hurting your baby. Mama, Mama, please stay inside, 'cause when you leave, he takes me on naughty rides. Mama, Mama, please don't forget what you see. The marks on my private and over my body. Mama, Mama, please stand up. You questioned him before. Why did you stop? Mama, Mama, my body is hurting out and inside. The pain, the deep sadness. Will I live or will I die? Mama, Mama.
Those powerful words. It's time for distribution of certificates for Team Sri Lanka. Samsun Nisar Fatima Sasna. Jainul Abdin Shakira Banu. Nalim Fatima Shiama. Abdul Muthalif Fatima Muzna. H.S. Sherwin Sala. Hafra Ilyas. Salaha Safan. Sasna Samsun Nisar. Sanuki Athukorala. Melissa Pass. Anisha Haifa. Onaliv Vanikyuv Jayavardhana. Fatima Nisma. Pahani Vijay Surya. These are the youth ambassadors from Sri Lanka. Up next is the Harmful Cultural Practices Certificate. The first one is Shafa Salahuddin, Samsun Nisar Fatima Sasna, Abdul Mazid Shafna, Mubashir Murshidi, Panabara Archa Chilage Dinithi Panabara, Mohammad Jakaria Salma, Natasha Vijay Sekira, Rishan Salim Fatima Fasiha, Mohammad Bakif Mohammad Itihas, Abdul Kabir Shakira, Mohammad Samanuddin Rifswa, Mohammad Sadiq Fatima Ishara, Mohammad Anas Azwar, Mohammad Shihar Hassan. Up next is the team member of GPS Empo Women Summit from Sri Lanka. The first one is Shafa Salahuddin, Samsun Nisar Fatima Sasna, Abdul Mazid Shafna, Mubashir Murshidi, Panabara Archa Chilage Dinithi Panabara, Mohammad Zakaria Salma, Natasha Vijay Sekra, Rishan Salim Fatima Fasiha, Mohammad Bakif Mohammad Itisaham, Abdul Kabir Shakira, Mohammad Samanuddin Risfa, Mohammad Sadiq Fatima Ishara, Mohammad Anas Azwar,
Now, let's join our hand together to welcome Sane Girls High School Youth Ambassadors, Kenya, for their performance next on Affirmation.
These are Kenyan GPS Empo Women Global Summit participants from Senegal's High School with their slogan, I stand against gender-based violence, for I am the voice of reason. I uphold the basic human rights as enshrined in the Kenyan Constitution. I will stand with the gender-based violence survivors. I promise not to be a bystander. So, help me God! I'm against gender-based violence. I wonder why girls should undergo the cut.
I hear it is so painful and dreadful. I hear about gender-based violence.
I want to stand against gender-based violence. I am against gender-based violence.
I pretend I have never heard of gender-based violence. I am so painful deep down my heart.
I search myself. I worry and feel for gender-based violence.
I cry for them. I am against gender-based violence.
I understand gender-based violence will end some days. I say no to gender-based violence.
I dream of being one of gender-based violence crusaders. I try to think about women and leadership. I hope all shall be well. I'm against gender-based violence.
Wow, that was beautiful. We have Ritika Prasad, Youth Ambassador, India, with her I Am Affirmation. Let's hear Ritika.
Hello, my name is Ritika Prasad. I'm from India, and these are my affirmations. I am strong because I have a good family and good friends. I love myself because I understand that I am one of a kind. I am becoming patient because I understand that good things take time. I am confident in my decisions because I am not afraid of failure. I can choose positive thoughts because I feel optimistic all the time. My life is moving forward perfectly because of all the people that play a role in my life, significant or insignificant. I surround myself with loving people because I love them and I love caring for them. I let my happiness be visible to others because I believe that happiness is contagious. Thank you.
Now, next is the distribution of certificates for Team India. So, first we are distributing for the participants. Siddharth Shivashankara, Neha and Matthew, Glady Kshetrimayo, Loga Abhivarthini, Alankrita Datta, Anubhav Shukla, Surabhi Srivatsava, Kanak, Ritika Prasad, Ishita Rai, Shruti Prabhu, Karpin Mara, Kshitija Kursrei, Amrita Sharma, Hania Ansari, Mihika Sinha, Raunak Tasneem, Gopika BT, Yuhina Saikia, Ria Rinwa, Shriya Bhatia, Ayush Chauhan, Aranyak Datta, Arif Ahmed, Now we have the certificates for harmful cultural practices. Ritusha Mani Tiwari, Pavan Kumar, Atri Bora, Anakha E, Sanjana Nair, Shreyas S, Ashutosh Gupta, Up next is certificates for resource persons. Nupur Rai, Hamida CK, Ria Mahanta, Dhananjay Kumar Rai, Sunaina K, Sophie KJ, Next is the certificates for the team members. Ashutosh Gupta, Ritusha Mani Tiwari, Pavan Kumar, Atri Bara, Anakha E, Sanjana Nair, Shreyas S,
Thank you, Anagha. That was really something. We all got certificates, yay! So I'm quite happy. And up next is Surabhi Srivastav with her presentation. Let's hear Surabhi.
मैं हूँ यार, काफ़ी हूँ, मैं काबिल हूँ, एक आज़ाद परिंदा हूँ, अपने खुले आसमान का, सपनों का मैं हूँ। तुम्हारे साथ हूँ मैं, फिर खुद से क्या खता, हर लम्हे में हूँ, हर मुश्किल में हूँ, मैं हूँ काफ़ी हूँ। नदियों की पानी सी हूँ, लहरों में हंसती हूँ, मैं हंसती हूँ सागर सी। बूंदों जैसे मोती सी चमक है, मंजिल है राहें हैं, ये मैं हूँ। काफ़ी हूँ यार मैं हूँ। फिसलती रेत की तरह, गुजरती हवा की तरह, खोते लम्हों जैसी दास्ताने हकीकत है वजूद मेरा। किसी की हंसी हूँ मैं, किसी की बोली, बाजारी क्यों मोल मेरा, ये तुम जानते हो तुम्हारा खुदा जानता है। मुझे इकरार नहीं, इरादे हैं मेरे, मैं वो हूँ। तुम्हारे लब ओ लहज़ा ने लाज मापी है, अपनी आवाज़ हूँ मैं हूँ, मैं हूँ काफ़ी हूँ। मैं तितली हूँ जिसके रंगो रंगत हूँ मैं घटा हूँ, मैं बरसात हूँ। मैं निशांत हूँ, दामिनी हूँ, चमक हूँ, मैं चंचला कौमुदी हूँ। खूबसूरत हूँ, खुद के लिए हूँ, मैं मृणाल उदित सरोज पर मीनल हूँ। नूरे जहाँ मैं किरण प्रभाकर हूँ, हूर हूँ, अप्सरा हूँ, खुदा हूँ। मैं शक्ति हूँ, रचना हूँ, सृष्टि हूँ, कल्पना हूँ। इकबाल हूँ, विनाश हूँ, काफिर हूँ, भक्तिन हूँ। मिथ्या हूँ, सत्य हूँ, अपनी कहानी हूँ। मैं औरत हूँ, मैं हूँ, काफ़ी हूँ। मैं हूँ, यही हूँ, यार मैं काफ़ी हूँ, मैं हूँ।
That was a very powerful presentation by Surabhi. For those of us who do not speak Hindi, let me try to kind of summarize it. Surabhi meant to present to us this powerful evocation on her part, which meant that I am enough, I am capable, I am enough, I am like a bird in the free sky, I'm like a blazing sun, I'm like a river, I'm like an ocean, and I'm enough. I'm there in air, I'm in sand, I'm there in everything that passes in time. I'm there in the speech of someone, I'm there in the smile of someone, I'm there as a devout devotee of the unknown, and I'm there as someone who doesn't believe in the unknown. So this whole rendition of I am enough because I am there, I'm enough because I am, is something that brings us closer to the idea that humans can achieve what they want to if they believe in themselves. And more so, women can achieve anything if they believe in what they are. Their being a woman is enough. They don't need to have any other epitaph. So thank you, Surabhi, for that. And as we draw closer to the end of today's program, let me reiterate our firm belief that our youth participants across the countries have emerged as people, as agents of change, and we are quite sure that they will partake in every kind of gender advocacy, and they will apply the training that they received in this summit to create a more empowering and equitable social governmental structure around the world. I extend my best wishes to each of them from all the 6 countries. I also want to place on record my congratulations to our team leader, Mtima Solowazi, the co-lead Kendra Bow, and my fellow country leads, Ibrahim Sane, Shehar Hassan, Her Royal Highnesses Queen Mother Nana Seva, and Princess Moradian Edodian Solarin, for having embarked on this journey together in toughest of the times given the context of the global pandemic. I sincerely hope that the momentum that has been created over the course of this summit amplifies and goes from strength to strength. Together, Anagha and I and everyone from Team India reiterate our vow that what is harmful is universal. Stay tuned for the next edition tomorrow.
Sri Lanka is waiting. On the other side of your setting sun, ours is just beginning to rise. A tropical rendezvous laced with living wonder, embedded with the joys of unquenched diversity. Sri Lanka is a mystery ready to be revealed. Come, be enraptured with our wild, breathing paradise, a land for the dreamer, a land for the explorer, a land of untamed beauty, a land with a little bit of everything, for everyone. So here we wait, on the other side of your horizon, with everything you need to embrace the infinite wonders of an unforgettable experience. Red Dot. We are.
Welcome to the Women and Girls EMPO Women Summit virtual experience across borders. This summit is designed to provide empowerment, advocacy, to raise awareness of the plight of women and girls across borders by documenting similarities and differences and promoting gender-based violence prevention and gender equality in governance. This summit will be a regional, pedagogical, experiential knowledge share of IVLP alumni between 3 continents, collectively with Trinidad and Tobago, the Bahamas, Ghana, Kenya, Sri Lanka, and India. There are 3 components to the summit. 1, focus group discussions to be held in August of 2021. 2, a 5-day virtual workshop to be held November 22nd through the 26th of 2021. And 3, a global summit to be held April 4th through the 8th of 2022. We want you to think, share your thoughts, views, experiences, lend your voice as we advocate for equality and equity and navigate towards governance, peace, and security for our women and girls.